it seems highly probable that any individual reading the Akashic records and their interpretation of what they're reading would be influenced by such factors as religion or belief systems that they subscribe to, any unresolved traumas they could be carrying, and what their intention for reading them is. I know, for example, that there often isn't a consensus of what the Akashic records say about individuals or events because of the differences in readers. And a good example is you can go to 5 tarot card readers or 5 psychics with the same problem and get 5 completely different responses. So I'm curious, how important are these factors, and how do you, as an Akashic reader, get around these biases in yourself?
Well, first of all, I'll say this is why I want everybody to learn to read their own Akashic records, because you take one more person out of the chain of command, right? Because it's you and your records, which obviously just by default is going to be a much clearer channel. And so it's one of the reasons I teach it, and I'm on such a big mission to help people connect with this, because if you have to go, it's like, it's like me having to go to church to get to God, right? Like I have to go to the pastor and be like, what does God want for me? And then the pastor's like, oh, God wants you. So in the same way, being an Akashic reader is kind of like that. And so you really do have to be, very on top of your own biases. And so there's a few ways that I deal with this. One is kind of just very pragmatic, where when I go into the records, I just kind of establish that I'm in receiving mode from the Akashic field and that I'm not imprinting. So even just energetically setting that structure up, I am receiving and I am not imprinting. So I'm a clear vessel, a clear channel to receive this information. And I'm not feeding back in and imprinting this person's records with my own stuff. So even just by setting that intention, you kind of get a little bit more of that clarity. The other thing I do is, if ever I have something come in and I feel like, okay, am I imprinting, or am I like kind of being swayed by my own position on this? I'll quite literally ask the Akashic records, is this me or you? And we've developed this shorthand where they literally give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Like, it's, is this me? And they'll say like thumbs up. If it's not, thumbs down. It's not you. So it's like, it's kind of, silly little pragmatic things. And then furthermore, I think that ultimately, one of the things I do is I always keep my energy. So I pull my energy in and I keep the person's energy outside of my energy. So I don't like necessarily bring them through me, because I don't want their energy in with my energy. So it's like when I'm reading their energy outside of me. And so, at the end of the day, you still are human. You're still going to have to really be on top of this. And if I don't know, this is the thing that I do for myself and I tell for my students, if it's not 100% clear, where I'm like, this is for sure the records, this is for sure them, this is for sure 100%, I don't say it. I just don't say it. And anything that feels fuzzy for me or gray area, and I'll even say, I can't say this clearly, as it's not 100% clear for me, so I can't say it. And I think that's all you can really do, is just be in that awareness of yourself and be in integrity of not saying something that isn't 100% accurate from the way, the location that you can experience it. And again, this is why I'd rather you read your own records.
Yeah.